I'm just sitting out here this morning enjoying the weather and the quietness of the neighborhood and the quietness of my morning. There's a lot of birds noises and a lot of things going on, but in general it's pretty quiet. I'll share what I'm looking at with you. My neighbor gave me some grapes he picked from his home place, and I made him some grape jam. So if he walks his dog today, I'll let him know that his jam is ready. He is one of the neighbors that we've had for almost 40 years, and we give him jellies on occasion for holidays and such. And when he went to his home place and saw those grapes were ripe, he picked them, and he thought about me and thought maybe I could help him make some jelly out of those grapes that came from his home place. So if he walks his dog today, then I'll ask him if it's okay if he would like to be on camera, and I'll give him his jelly, and maybe I can share that with you. I mean, we have to plan. I'm planning these beautiful, look, these beautiful red flowers. They are beautiful here at the end of summer. It's the end of summer. This is the last week of summer. There are still plenty of passion flower blooming. Plenty of passion fruits hanging on these vines. So this was obviously a really good year for the passion flower here. These impatiens have decided to just bloom out and do what they're supposed to do as it's got cooler. There's some camellia buds on there. So that thing may have a second blooming, and there's some new growth. Look at the new growth on this camellia. It's beautiful. Plenty of passion fruits. I still hadn't been able to do any more to the garden path that's going to come around here where the future potting shed is going to be. I still hadn't been able to get much of that done. There's been some sickness, you know, just normal sicknesses that come at this time of the year. And so I've been busy, if I wasn't sick myself, caring for others that are sick. But this is a project that can wait for me, can wait on the time. I'm excited to work on it and excited about it. This is where the future little potting shed is going to be. Donald's either going to build a building from scratch, or we're going to buy a pre-manufactured little building to go here. We figured out after everything, all of the things that we've considered, that would be the best place to build a little potting shed here to store tools and soil and empty pots and things that we need to get up and get them out from just being sitting out here exposed to the house. Now these are my house plants. This is my Norfolk Olin Pine. If you'll know, last year I didn't get to put up a Christmas tree. I just used this little Norfolk Allen pine as my Christmas tree. And it's out here in the shade, soaking up some filtered sun, and it's really happy. And here's the other one, the other little Norfolk Allen pine. Here are my orchids that Donald gets me for my birthday. I have 2 of them. I have to limit myself because I have way more plants than I have space for. My Z plant has too much water in it. These are plants that can go long periods of time without water. And so I don't need it to have too much water. Then my monstera, it's out here. It has new growth, new leaves, and when it goes in, it's going to pout a little bit because it's going to want to stay out here where it gets all this beautiful sunlight. But I'll have to take it in before the fall gets here and the temperatures start to drop too much. Plenty of other house plants here. That's the little garden path to the potting shed. I've got all of this stuff that I've got to work through. To save some seeds and just work out here as much as I can. This is my view this morning. This is the middle garden. This is the right-hand side when you come out of the door, the right-hand garden. And the potting shed path will go right around there from the right-hand side garden. It's an organized mess is what it is. It's an ongoing project, always ongoing. And those passion fruits hanging down like that are they're just beautiful. My goodness. Those are just awesome. And that is late summer, into summer. Garden action right there. It's a perfect example of planting edible, beautiful plants into your garden area. The elderberry is looking tall and proud. We got a good harvest off of that this year. It's looking beautiful. And this is the left-hand side, the left-hand garden, and it has the most morning glories. This is the garden that I've already weeded one time. There's purslane, worked into the hanging basket. Edible. I'm going to walk down here and look at the Sorry. I want to get you a picture and show you the bees that are all around those morning glories, but I don't know if I can capture it for you. I mean, that's like nature's bouquet right there, isn't it? Beautiful. Those angel trumpets are getting bigger. There's Madeline's little cone there. You know, we put that in the driveway when she's out here playing so nobody flies in the driveway. This is the perennial herb bed that I just stuck other things in. And so we've got the beautiful orange zinnias that I had a whole garden full of last year. And I just have these this year, here at the end of the summer, still blooming. That beautiful orange color it'll go right into fall. And so will these teddy bear marigolds. There's some zinnias, the basil's blooming and turning brown. I've just left it there because it's blooming and the pollinators still love it. Got oregano, catmint, thyme, lavender. The rosemary has came back nicely. Have you ever eaten rosemary blooms? They are a real treat. I don't see any blooms on this one. That's a little insect nest, believe it or not. But this rosemary blooms blue, and those blooms are delicious. The comfrey's getting huge. I'm going to take a few leaves of comfrey. And harvest a few leaves. That's the little perennial herb bed. And of course, over here on the side bed of the house, there's a lot of work to be done there. Overall, I'm just very pleased with the end of summer garden. Now, in my notes, I'll have to jot down what is looking beautiful at the end of summer. And I'll have to, in planning for the whole season, to have blooms and to have beauty, I'll have to make notes of what to plant to keep that happening in the garden. But it's a pretty well-established garden here, so I don't have to work quite as hard in deciding what to plant, since there's already so much in this garden, as I do just maintaining. It's labor intensive just in trying to maintain everything. And you know, I'm not a full-time gardener. This is just home. And there are many other things that I have to concentrate on. Gardening cannot be my sole priority, even though I do thoroughly enjoy it. There's some Adgeratum growing here. I left a few stems of that Adgeratum. I had it in here. I was trying to plant a red, white, and blue garden at one time, but I could never get it to bloom all at once. You know, the blooming time was so varied that it just never got into sync. But that's where the blue Adgeratum came from. I added it to the garden for the blue color. And then here I have blue Adgeratum and blue morning glories. How beautiful. I have to thin those out though. Those Adgeratum will take over a garden. I'm just going to walk down here to the corner garden beside of the driveway. Those are beautiful. Now down here is the corner garden at the driveway. Here's the neighbor's house, and our driveway and house is right here. This is the little corner garden. And I can see some blue Adgeratum have made their way down here. And they are near the yellow roses that Donald planted that came from his grandpa. Lots of beds need work. The 2 corner beds really need work. And the one here beside of the house, this bed needs a lot of work. Donald and I have decided we're going to do those in the fall when it would be much easier. There'd be a lot less foliage to deal with, and we can just trim things as needed. Now this is an amaranth that came back. But it is not like the amaranth that was planted here before. These just had long, red, flowing blooms on them. And this, the one that was here before, and what came up from the seed is just this little short and stubby. Now, if it grows out, I don't know, but I've left it just to see what will become of this. And it's here at the end of summer. Stay tuned for my new posting schedule, which is Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I'm going to try and see if that schedule works. And of course, if I make any changes, I'll be sure and let you know on the community tab, on the community page. But I don't think I'll make changes. I think it's going to work out, and I'm going to try to post by 9 o'clock, even though I know most of my viewers watch me in the afternoons and the evenings, and that's perfectly okay. Watch when you can, but I'm going to post a little earlier. I'm going to try to have everything posted by 9 to include those early birds that maybe want to watch earlier. I wanted to take you inside and just show you that few little touches of fall decorating that I changed around a little bit. I've got just a few little things that I've added and moved around, but I wanted to share those with you. I added this little scarecrow right here in the foyer as you come in the door. I just added that little scarecrow. And then right here on the little coat hook where the kids hang their jackets and their book bags and things when they come in, I added that little garland of leaves. And I thought that looked appropriately like fall. And those are just the 2 things that I added, not a whole lot. Thank you for joining me today here at Much Ado About Something. Thank you for watching my channel. And if this content is the kind of thing that you like, please subscribe. Yes, do that. Subscribe, share, and comment. Your comments are welcome. Hope you have a good day. And like always, until next time.